there's one word that I hate hearing in medicine, and that is commodity. I hate hearing physicians talk about themselves as a commodity. In economic terms, commodities are the lowest value unit of measurement. Starbucks coffee is a luxury kind of experience, and there's a different value to that. A coffee bean is on the other end of that. It's the least valuable sort of, it's the commodity. And I don't like physicians thinking of themselves as a commodity. And I think that's actually what's wrong in this world, is that we're viewing them as just as a, when you, a commodity is something you exchange on the stock market and without any real connection to, and you buy it when it's low and you sell it when it's high.
Your view is that it doesn't care whether it's being bought or sold. And so the same thing for emergency physicians. They don't necessarily feel any, anxiety or remorse that they're uprooting somebody from a hospital where they like to work, that type of thing.
Just a glimpse into our world. In the locums world, that's exactly how physicians are viewed. They're commodities that are interchangeable, and it goes both ways, unfortunately. Physicians view assignments and facilities that way, and it's reciprocated by the facility. Very early on in my tenure here at the company, one of the first projects I was involved in, there was some sort of problem with a physician, and the facility said, send us a new one. My response was, well, why? What's going on? Well, we don't like him. Somebody said something bad about him, or he said something that somebody didn't like. And okay, well, can we try to address that? Give everybody their day in court here for just a minute. We're happy to cut them loose if it's not a good fit, but we love the opportunity to try to fix it. And what we found now over and over and over, our founder is a practicing emergency physician who's been a medical director. We found that 99% of the time, these issues can totally be overcome and addressed successfully, and everyone's better off for it. The doctor's better off for it. The practice is better off for it. Even if we ultimately part ways with that doctor, we still have learned something by taking a minute to just discuss it, And so, that's one aspect of it, but obviously you lose this institutional knowledge that this person has gained and that is not easily replaced. And so, it is such a bizarre world we're in now, where of all professions, a physician is treated like a commodity and like an interchangeable cog. It's kind of a crazy way to run a hospital, in my view.
I've watched that change happen when my father was a physician, and less so when I've been working, but it was there when I was at the beginning of my career. In the past, the hospital administrator served at the pleasure of the medical staff. The most important relationship was between the hospital administrator and the medical staff. And that was really important. And somewhere along the way, that got turned on its head, where, now you have hospital administrators who, force out doctors that they feel are, somehow an issue. And I think in general, the attitude within a hospital, and the place I am now, I'm really happy because they have an excellent culture regarding this. But I've been places where, they talk to you like you're the housekeeper, and it's not to diminish what the housekeeper does, but the housekeeper didn't go to school for 10 years to do what they do. So there's some degree of respect that's important there that we've lost.
I've gotten into debates online about hospital administrator Hippocratic oath. Something along those lines needs to happen. If a physician is going to be reporting to a hospital administrator and make decisions that impact how they care for patients, then there ought to be some degree of that same Hippocratic oath that the administrator has to hold to. But I think the ancient idea of physicians being paid an honorarium and functioning as people that we want to say we want to separate you from profit motive because what you're doing is so fundamentally important, that we don't want money to solely your decision making. And by the way, in the ancient world, lawyers and clergy also fell into that category. And here we are today with, with ambulance chasing lawyers, televangelists, and this medical industry that is all about now profit. And I'm a capitalist. I love making money. Nothing wrong with that. But there are these professions that I think can and should be in a different category, and we've lost that.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you've seen what Ed Leap has written about between the physician and hospital administrator relationship that we shouldn't be worrying about patient satisfaction. We should be worrying about doctor satisfaction. And one of the things that they need to be measuring is how satisfied are the doctors with the hospital.